Tata Motors is the top nifty cut. It's because its British arm, Jaguar Land Rover, has announced plans of cutting jobs, thousands of jobs in the new year. This as Jaguar Land Rover gets ready for Brexit. And you know, Pankaj, it's quite interesting that we're hearing all of this chat around Jaguar Land Rover's turnaround story when the Brexit vote has been delayed with no new date being provided by Prime Minister Theresa May. But the markets like the fact that Jaguar Land Rover is looking at job cuts running into thousands of people, which could turn around its story. Nearly 5,000 job cuts could be announced. So the markets like that is never good, however, for consumption or the company at large, the sentiment. Let's take this forward and talk a bit about it with Bharat Gianani. Hi, Bharat. Good afternoon. This is Tara. So you guys at Sharekhan also like this news that's come in about Tata Motors and what Jaguar Land Rover plans to do. Remember, you know, we've seen Tata Motors actually come under pressure because of Jaguar Land Rover, how the Brexit was going to turn out to be a very scary proposition, a very expensive proposition, and Jaguar Land Rover planning to do this even when we don't know when Brexit is going to take place, when the vote has been delayed by Theresa May.
Yeah, so good afternoon. So this clearly points out at a very tough demand environment, and as it is, the company is facing demand concerns. Even if we see the Chinese market, which was growing at a scorching pace in the last up to last 3 to 4 quarters back, has suddenly started to decline, and the uncertainty on the Brexit vote continues to linger on, and the consequences that the company had already warned that in event of a no-deal Brexit, it will have to cut jobs, and I think the situation has been aggravated by the weakening demand conditions, especially in China and Europe.
Right, Bharat, but you know, when we talk about the turnaround plan, when we talk about margins going up because of cost cutting, the main thing that any investor would look out is for demand. When the demand revival happens, that will be the key as far as any re-rating is concerned.
Right, absolutely. We would agree with that, and hence we are maintaining cautious view on the stock. The two overhangs continue to remain. First, the demand continues to be on the lower side. It continues to surprise negatively. Chinese market has slowed down considerably. Europe also, there is a backlash against the diesel models, so which 90% of the models of JLR are diesel. So that continues to remain a point of concern. And the other thing I would like to highlight in the automobile industry is whenever there is a steep drop in the volumes, it is always a negative because automobile industry is all about the volume. It's a volume game. So whenever there is a volume slowdown, it's always a bad sign for the company.
You know, Bharat, I understand that point that you made as far as the Brexit goes and what it has announced. Now, how should we be reading this and juxtapose it with what's happening in China, the slowdown that we've all been talking about? You know, the statements that have also been coming out of the United States when it comes to import of cars, tariffs, etc. How is all of this going to pan out? So from that perspective, what's your long-term outlook on Tata Motors?
So we believe that the demand slowdown which is there, it at least will stay for the next 1 or 2 quarters, and on the Brexit we'll get only a clear picture when the actual the voting appears and how things pan out, because Brexit, a lot of uncertainties are there. People are talking of a second referendum on Brexit as well, because the deal that Theresa May has is facing a lot of opposition. So that uncertainty will still be there until the March deadline of the Brexit comes. So given this two major overhangs, one is the demand slowdown and another is uncertainty on the Brexit, we would recommend investors to avoid the stock because we are not very sure of how this will recover soon.
Right, Bharat. Thanks so much for that.